Hello everyone. So today I'm going to explain the difference between a client-server network and a peer-to-peer or P2P network and their potential applications. So, what is a server? A server is a computer that manages access to software or data and acts as a centralized resource where multiple clients can connect to. Now, this is a relatively broad definition, but for our use case, it will work. A few examples of what someone might want to host on a server could be a website about your dog, Cooper, an email service that has a special encryption, or a database for storing information about your company. So let's say a client wanted to access a website that contains information about your dog, Cooper. They send a request to the web server, and the server responds with the website. But you must remember that you aren't the only one that loves Cooper. Everyone in your family does too. So there can be multiple requests to a server all at the same time, and they could all be requesting the same website that you are. This is how the client-server network architecture works. But we are missing one key detail that really sets it apart from the P2P architecture. And that is, what if Joe found the website about your dog Cooper and wanted to talk about how great he is to his friend Samantha? How does he get information from his client to her client? You guessed it. He uses the previously described encrypted email service that he is part of. He will send the email from his client to the email server that is running his email service, and the email server will then find Samantha's client and send it to her. This sums up how a client-server architecture operates. Clients will send requests to centralized servers that any client can access, but no two clients will directly interact with one another, but rather interact via a server. Now, I know what you're asking yourself. What if the server gets destroyed in a fire? Nobody will ever be able to see how great of a dog Cooper is anymore. Or what if the email server gets taken down by evil hackers and I can't send funny email forwards to anyone? Well, that is what is super neat about the peer-to-peer network architecture. With the P2P architecture, the system is considered decentralized because there is no central server that hosts everything, but rather data is spread out and clients can interact directly with one another. So, if Joe wants to send a message to Samantha, the message does not first get sent through a mail server, but rather gets sent directly to Samantha's client. And if Samantha wants to see the website about Cooper, it could be that Harrison is hosting it, so Samantha can directly get the files from Harrison. But what happens if Harrison loses connection to the internet and nobody can get access to the website about Cooper? Well, now that Samantha has the files, she can just host the website from her client, and just to be sure, Joe might also decide to store a copy of those files in case Samantha's node also goes offline. This architecture is highly scalable because you can always add more peers to the network. However, this can be difficult to manage because it is up to the independent user to host or share what files that they want to, meaning everyone can decide to stop hosting the files about Cooper, and those files will be lost. Another disadvantage is that the P2P systems can become very slow as the network grows and more files are added. I won't name any specific examples of peer-to-peer systems, but here are the two general use cases. File sharing, as we described earlier, gives people the ability to directly share documents, websites, and other media with one another. Blockchain. The entire premise of blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies was founded on the idea of it being a decentralized peer-to-peer network. I hope you have a better understanding of these two architectures, and please leave a like if you enjoyed the video.